Good morning, everybody. This is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, I send you love. I had to laugh there to prevent myself from crying. I actually wasn't emotional at all today until a few moments ago. And it's almost 11 o'clock here in the morning, August the 21st. And I want to first tell you that I don't claim to know everything. I don't. I learn as I go. A lot of these things I have already read about in my early stages of my awakening process. Yeah, I have had these ideas. But to truly understand things means to have that experience. But what I was reading early on in my process, I wasn't afraid of it. I didn't know what to think about it because it was just so far out of my comfort zone, so far out of everything that I have been taught to be true. But something was making sense within me. And I knew if I could omit fear from my thought process and the emotions that were coming up, it in time would make sense. If it was for me, it was going to make sense. So I talk about a lot of the association with the energies, the messages that God gives to me. And I try to interpret it into what we are experiencing in our bodies and how it's in relationship to our chakras and all of that. I try to make it make sense to the Bible's teachings because it does coordinate. As above, so below. The heavens are within us all. And so lately I have been talking about the connection with raising the Christ oil within and how it activates the pineal gland and all of that kind of stuff. But I wanted to again go back to the chakra system. Because the more that you know, the more that you can understand. I have been dealing with, I think I mentioned in yesterday's video, it's been 3 days now of the 3 days. It's funny how things begin to click when you speak certain things, or and so my right side began to be, shaken yesterday. The left and the right brain is synchronizing together to bring unity, that oneness, and no longer separate. So now, when this is conjoined and working as one, you are working as your true God-like self. That unity must be complete. So a lot of people talk about opening your crown. It's a lot more than just opening your crown. You can set the intention and your crown can begin to be open and light can begin to pour in. But the process is lengthy. It's like your heart. When you begin to believe in opening and activating your heart, the process is lengthy because your heart has to first open. Well, first you have to believe in that idea. It opens. And you begin to eliminate pain from that chakra. And then it has to go to every other chakra in itself. And it'll go to your crown, and then it goes back down, and the cycle keeps repeating itself until there's a lot more openness to receive more light. A cluttered form can't receive a lot when it's full. of density. And if you have cocoa, by the way, I've been drinking my sacred chocolate. I haven't been feeling, I've been nauseous as well. And so I've been trying to cut out my caffeine, my coffee, excuse me. Yet I don't want to have a headache because I don't have caffeine. So I have been having my sacred chocolate, and I put tons of cinnamon in it. I am a cinnamon lover. Today I have remembered to add some turmeric powder into it, and if you have your flavored almond milk, whatever it is, cream, put it into it. Don't, I only have a small cup, maybe a full cup, one cup. Here that I have been drinking for the past 3 days. I try to have my sacred cocoa every day if I can remember, but I have been only having it for the past 3 days, I believe. No, I just see, I can't lie any longer. I just can't. I think I went to Starbucks yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, Wednesday with my mom. Wednesday, yeah, and got some coffee with her, and I think that was the morning I did make myself some coffee, but I just wasn't feeling it. My stomach was hurting, and I didn't have any. I made some yesterday too, I think, and took a few steps, but it wasn't sitting very well again, so I didn't finish it and wasted my coffee. But anyway, I've changed the subject here, but about lying. I find it very difficult to do it these days, and I was going to put this in another video, but here I've already said it. Even when I try to be kind to another person, like if someone said, "Do you look ugly today?" I wouldn't come out and say, "Oh yeah, you definitely do," or I wouldn't lie and say, "No, you don't," when they actually look ugly. Their appearance, or like lazy, like today for myself. If I were to really be honest with myself, I look disgusting. My hair is everywhere. I woke up, I haven't showered in 2 days. And my hair is everywhere. It still looks clean. Surprisingly, it looks very clean. And I'm in the same clothes I've been wearing for days because of my headache, and I haven't been wanting to budge from where I'm at. And but I wouldn't be rude, but I cannot lie any longer. I will be as honest with you, but I will give it to you with love. I am not going to lie. So with me talking about that coffee, I wanted to say I haven't had any coffee, but my heart kept telling me, "No, Christy, you really did." And a slight lie is still a lie. They call it a white lie. It's not so bad, but it is a lie, and it comes back to you. Remember that. And I am finding it very difficult to lie regardless of what it is. If I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, I just try to rearrange my words correctly so I don't ever hurt anyone's feelings. So anyway, here I am back to raising the Christ oil. There is still that process of, and my gosh, God has really been talking so much to me lately, and I haven't been able to get it all out there. And so last night, though, in regards to what I have been expressing about feeling the Ida and Pingala, or your nadis, merging together. Just like we have the unity within our left and right hemisphere of our brain, we should have the unity coming together of our nadis. The hot and the cold. The rivers of life, of flowing life, will come through you, as stated in the Bible, through your nadis, through your veins, through your blood vessels. It will pour through, creating flow. Those will merge and unite. And once they merge and unite into your crown, it releases or connects the dots into your crown, and connects the, I'm going to my diagram here. This is something that I knew about early on in my process because of sensations I was experiencing. The Alta Major in my throat, I kept having tons and tons of clicking taking place. It's in the throat. And I knew that other than my voice, that is also, it's right there where your throat chakra is, but it's not your throat chakra. This is the I'm looking over it. And may have so you'll have that. You'll also have the your pineal gland, your third eye, a casual chakra, your side chakra, and these are on the left and the right side of your head. And then the front and the back. So it creates across from ear to ear and from forehead to the back of the crown. And of course, you have that from the top of the crown into your throat. This is the golden crown diamond, the golden crown that you receive. And it is also connected to your well of dreams, the well of dreams, when activated, and connects you to source. So that is also what I have been experiencing. So although I have been having an open crown chakra, meaning that light can come through, for it, there has to be that activation of unity within that connects the dots. And so God spoke to me this morning, 108. And I'm not going to say the rest of the stuff because I'm going to save it for a different video, I believe. No, I'll go ahead and then the word, I heard the word Eli. And so, I saw an angel with wings, and then the word Eli. And so the angel is myself. Excuse me. That's my higher self. When I am shown an angel in spirit form, it is myself. So 108 is significant within our reality. And how it relates to us within our spiritual growth. There's a lot of meanings, but yogis practice the 108 salutations. The earth to the moon, the distance between the earth and the moon is 108 moons to each other. There's a lot of significance within this reality that has the number 108 in it. But we also have the our nadis. There are 108 energy lines. Nadis that when united, connect to the heart, which, if you read or watched my other video yesterday, is exactly what I said about your Merkaba. All the lines merge together and connect with your heart center. When all of this is activated, there's a power and a light that emits again, and it also, of course, radiates to your crown chakra, your pineal gland, all of those things that connect again your golden crown. And this is what it actually means when you are anointed, because you have activated the sacred oil within. You have raised the Christ within you. And it has activated your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, your thalamus. It has merged together your left and right brain in synchronicity. The well of dreams are open. Your Alta Major is open and activated. And and so my headache was very intense prior to beginning this video. About 10 o'clock, I decided I could barely keep my eyes open. And I'm usually not tired throughout the day, but I could barely keep my eyes open, and I was going to go ahead and try to take a nap. But I created stillness instead and received another message. From time to time, I actually see, if you have that gift, you can see beings who are right there with you, and you can actually feel them hugging you, tapping you, doing whatever it is, consoling you, caressing your head, or whatever it is. And I felt the tap on my head, saying that it was time for this to be activated, and life is going to be restored. After the tapping began, I felt this kind of like liquid being sensation, tingles, that poured down from the crown and went down to the front of my face and the back of my back of my skull, and down into my throat. And then also I was shown the tree of life again. So the Bible talks about the golden milk. The golden milk. And that's where, again, being anointed, tapped on the head, tapped on the crown, where you receive that crown. You know the aura that is in a lot of the Christian paintings of Christ or the Virgin Mary or other chosen ones, of them having a halo. That's what it represents. That your crown is open and activated. You have received the holy light within, where you are that connected self with God, and you will have that tree of life flowing through you. Oh, and I forgot to mention what Eli meant. I had to do the research because I don't know the Bible from front to back, but the meaning of Eli, although it is a name, a person in the Bible, it means my God. Christ spoke Eli, Eli, and another Hebrew word that I cannot pronounce. Why have you forsaken me? Prior to, And so Eli means my God, which means that when you receive your higher self, it is your God within. It is the God self, your Godhead, the association of who you have been dealing with. For myself, of course, as Christ and God, who you are working with and dealing with, I don't know. And that's for you to understand your connection of your godlike self and who it is. And so I hope this makes sense. My feet aren't so aggravated today with the tons of tingling, and so there's a little bit there. It actually, after I created my stillness, the nausea went away, and my head pressure isn't so bad right now. So that's why I'm in a better mood right now, and decided to make this video. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I had to tell you. And so, oh yeah, and here is the verse in Matthew 27:46. I did write it down. It was about the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. And that means, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? I don't expect you to really understand a lot of what I put out there. But I am asking you to, like when you listen to my videos, if something catches your awareness and you're like, okay, I want to know what this is, go do your own research about it. Like, what does the number 108 mean? You know, you can go look that up all you want. And whether or not you are experiencing any of this stuff right now, you can't. And if you are experiencing it, if you don't understand it, the more that you learn about it, you integrate those energies that are associated with it. So every time, like when God is telling me a message, and I have no understanding, sometimes I understand instantly, and sometimes I really have to do my research. Sometimes I'm reading several things that really make sense, but doesn't match what I'm going through. So I have to kind of wait. Sometimes I have to wait a few days and see what comes next with that message that God gives to me. Because sometimes He gives me messages within different days that go together, just like the past few days here. They're going together. And the number 3, why I was about to cry early on in this video, is because the resurrection of Christ. It takes place on the 3rd day. I think I'm close to that 3rd day. That's why I began to cry. Tonight or tomorrow morning should be my 3rd day. I don't know where you are, and I am not certain. I'm not having that expectation. I use everything that I read, including the Bible, as a guideline, as something to just keep my spark alive. Now, if it doesn't activate tomorrow, if I don't know certain aspects of what is being spoken or what is written in on other people's websites, it's because I haven't completed something. I know that. And I hope that you remember that if you don't receive something like your higher self in a specific time frame from compared to what you read about, or when you listen to my videos, and if I were to say you could have your higher self by tomorrow, don't listen to the time frame. There are lessons within everything that we are supposed to receive. And until we can learn those lessons and integrate them properly by understanding, can we receive? And then if a trial comes up within that time frame and we haven't been able to conquer it, you fall for that trap again, there's a little bit more of a delay. It means that you're not learning at a rate of receiving yet. You are still worthy of it, but everything that we are working towards is because we understand it. That we want it so bad that we are going to focus our awareness, keep our awareness, our mind open to always understanding what is coming into our reality that we have to understand. I've had a couple of triggers the past few days that, because also my headaches, I have gotten, I'm going to say, out of control. Because I don't usually jump to conclusions. I don't really usually fall for things. From time to time I slip up. Especially if I'm not feeling well. I will voice my opinion to the point of really lashing. And I have for the past 2 days as a result of what I am, my headaches and being just aggravated and not feeling very well. I wasn't over the top at being, rude. I was just very vocal. But still to the point where I didn't like that vocalization. I don't like having to raise my voice to get my point across. I always try to get my point across by being strong in love only. And I noticed that on both occasions, and I had to recenter. When you can catch yourself in those moments, in the middle of your aggravation, great, you have learned your lesson already. And if you can catch yourself even after the fact, even if it's hours after the fact, and you go back, you're like, oh man, that was probably a test or a lesson or a karmic debt or a karma that came back into my life, a cycle that came back and repeated, and I fell for it again. If you can catch it within a specific time frame, you learn. You're more aware. And yeah, it's going to come back and repeat itself because you didn't catch it prior to, but it's going to be quick. And that means that this cycle of receiving or whatever you're supposed to receive can't really come yet. Sometimes it does, depending on the specific lessons in relationship to you receiving. But sometimes it doesn't. So that's why expectation is something that we are supposed to be taught to remove and let go of. Because not everything will work out as that expectation. And then if you have a high expectation of it, what you do receive will not be great enough for you. I'm not expecting to receive my higher self tomorrow. I know it's close because of my heart. I know it's close because of my journey and what I have done for myself. But I don't know. But I am still willing to see everything that I'm supposed to see. I hope I can see everything that I am supposed to see to help me receive it. So I am sorry I took up so much of your time here with this. But I hope it helps. I hope my words really help you guys. And I would love to know your feedback on this video, but all of my videos, please let me know. And if there's something that you would love more clarity about, let me know that as well. I'm here for you, just as much as you're here for me. And I can't help you guys if you don't tell me where you feel weak at. When you can ask me, and if I know the answer, of course, I'm going to give it to you because I want you to be and have your greatest self. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.